Hey guys, so this video is pretty special because this is my 700 subscriber video and I decided to do a Q&A this time. So I'm really excited because you guys left some super awesome questions. So I gave, I don't know, like I uploaded a video like 2 or 3 days ago talking about how I was going to do a Q&A. And so I asked for you guys to leave some questions on there. And I also mentioned it on Twitter, so I have a few questions from Twitter as well. But yeah, there's actually quite a few questions. So I'm going to try to keep this video pretty short, but if it seems like it's going to be too long, I might do like a part 2 of this. So yeah, hopefully you guys are still with me and you haven't had a seizure from the background back there. I'm gonna try to cover it up a little bit whenever when I ask the questions, I'll kind of pop up. That way it's kind of like a shout out to you guys who asked the questions. So yeah, we're gonna jump in. So in no particular order, I just kind of picked them up in the order that they were commented for the most part. So yeah, we'll jump in. So first question, beforehand, if I butcher anybody's name, I just want to apologize. That's the one thing about YouTube. You can pretty much use any name, and I am terrible at pronouncing names like some of these. So, yeah. So with that being said, number one, Speechless Gamer. What was the game that got you raging a lot? Okay, so for a lot of my viewers who have been around a while, you probably already know the answer to this question, and that would be Half-Life. I had to take so many breaks in that game. It was absolutely horrifying. Like, that game was a lot of fun, and you guys, like, definitely enjoyed it, but, I had to stop recording, I don't know how many times, and kind of compose myself. So I'm going to say Half-Life. Half-Life is definitely the answer to that. But we're going to do Half-Life 2, so there'll probably be even more raging. So yeah, there's that. This guy, I cannot say your name. I'm so sorry. I don't even know if I even want to butcher it. But I'm going to put it up. I'm going to put it up for sure. So Wafu Tafu guy? I don't know. Okay, so he asked for my top 10 favorite games. Top 10. Ugh, that's a big list. Oh gosh. Okay, so I don't know if I can even put them in order, but like that's gonna be really hard. But I'm gonna say Doom. I'm gonna say the original Doom. I'm also gonna put in like the latest Doom as well. It's gonna be on that list. Dragon Age, pretty much the entire series. Mass Effect, even though that has a lot of controversy, I'm going to go with that whole series. So that would probably put me pretty close to 10. Let's see, what's another favorite game? Obviously Overwatch. Can't forget Overwatch. I don't know, Killing Floor is really jumping up into one of my favorite games, especially as of recently. So I don't know how many that was, but I feel like that's up there. Skyrim, Fallout 4. I didn't really care for the other ones. I don't know why. Maybe if I go back and try to play them, I would maybe like them more. But for some reason, like, I just couldn't get into it. So we'll just say Fallout 4. And then Kingdoms of Amalur is another like video game that I think is super underrated that no one's really heard about. But if you're into RPG games, you should definitely check that out for sure. And I don't know how many games that was, but I feel like it's pretty close to 10. So we'll move on to Sinacus. Favorite childhood game, video game or outside? Okay, so we'll do a favorite childhood game. So I'm going to say, this is kind of weird. I had this game on Nintendo 64, and it was Tetris. And I don't know if that can really be considered, like, a true video game to some people, but I was totally obsessed with that game. I would actually like go to sleep at night and see the blocks falling, which is like actually like a condition. I don't know the name of it, but it's like a true legit condition that people got that played a lot of Tetris. But I would like put my headphones on and sit in my room like super close to the TV and just play Tetris for like hours and hours on end. I mean, I was older, but I would probably say that was probably one of my childhood video games. As far as playing outside, like, I loved making the mud pies. Like, I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but my grandma, she would give me, like, her old dishes, and I would just go literally, like, put mud, and I would decorate the little pies with leaves and sticks and berries and stuff like that, and, of course, you know, we wouldn't eat anything, but yeah, that was actually like a game that I really like to play outside, which is kind of weird, but yeah. So Coxford Gamer, do you have any brothers or sisters? I am an only child, and I don't really have any cousins. I have like some step cousins and stuff, but I guess I do have a half brother, but I'm not close to that side of the family, so I guess I have a half brother and I have a half brother and a stepsister, so unfortunately, I'm not very close to that side of the family, so no real brothers or sisters. Couple up. Favorite color? Okay, so this is actually kind of funny, because when I read this question, I was like, well, normally it's red, but for some reason, the color purple popped in my head. So I guess maybe my favorite color is purple. Alright, so Malin YT, aside from playing video games, what other hobbies do you have? I don't know. I think video games has pretty much taken over like a lot of my free time. But I guess you can't really call it a hobby, but I guess like exploring and like traveling, especially since moving to Okinawa, like I've really, really wanted to like broaden my horizon with traveling and stuff like that. So I guess that could be considered a hobby. I also like some apps, but I guess that's gaming, so I guess that doesn't really count. So yeah, I guess just kind of going out and exploring and stuff like that. So Sparkman, did you make the animation? So I had an animation in the previous video about the 700 subs. I did not make that animation. I wish I was that cool. I don't have any skills in that department, so no, I did not make that. Justin, do you think there will be a video website one day bigger than YouTube, and when? So this is actually an interesting question. I've never really thought about this, but yeah, I definitely think there will be a new website that will take over YouTube, and maybe even have like a totally different way to pay the content creators. I already see this kind of happening with Twitch a little bit, but I think something ultimately a little closer to YouTube, as far as like the way you upload your videos and, you know, the way that you get paid and your audience and stuff like that. I definitely see it in the future happening, especially with all the changes that YouTube has done. So they probably should step up their game with that, because I feel like a lot of people will leave if there's even a slightly better option. So when this will happen, I don't know. I don't really know when, but I think with things that are similar like Twitch, I think when is definitely going to be near. So that's just my opinion. Paranormal HQ, when did you start playing games? So I would say my dad really got me into playing video games on PC originally, and we played the original Doom, which is why that game is like so near and dear to my heart. I was like 6 when that game came out. Well, I don't know. I might have been younger than that. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I was super young, and that game was probably one of the first ones that I played. So in the 90s, The early 90s? That's scary. Okay, so Welsh Raccoon. What games are you planning on playing in the future? So Half-Life 2 is definitely a game that's going to be on this channel in the near future. A lot of you guys have mentioned that you want to see Call of Duty. So I'm going to try to see if I can play that for you guys. I also have Resident Evil sitting in my library on Steam. I have been pretty terrified to play it, so I haven't messed with it. I don't even think I've downloaded it. No, I think I did download it, but I haven't opened it at all. So that'll be another game that I plan on playing. So yeah, I have all of the questions written down on this piece of paper. If you guys ever like, what is she looking at? That's what I'm looking at. Pitch Dark Gaming. What is your favorite game you can play no matter how many times you've played it already? So I don't know if like Overwatch can count for that because like, you know, it's first person shooter, but Overwatch is definitely a game that even though I like totally rage with that game, I can play it a ton of times. But I'm gonna say as far as like a real legit game is Doom. I could probably play that 1,000 times and play it more. It's kind of interesting because before I actually started this YouTube channel, I was really big on playing a lot of games, but I never ever replayed them. Like, I mean, I still don't do it now because I have so many games to play that I never go back and revisit the older ones. But yeah, I think that the Doom series is probably a game that I could play like forever. X-Wolf, how old are you and when did you start YouTube? So you're never supposed to ask a lady how old she is, but I am 27 years old and it's starting to hit me that I'm like getting close to 30. I know I'm only 27, but I'm gonna be like 28 in a couple of months. So, but it's starting to hit me that I'm close to 30. But I did start YouTube in January of this year, so I've only been doing it for like 10 months now, and it's been extremely fun and challenging, to say the least. So, Tacit Gamer. Favorite comedy movie of all time? Oh my gosh. So, this is kind of hard for me. I love anything with Jim Carrey. I'm gonna say Liar Liar. Though part of me wants to say the, like the Scary Movie, series. Like the... I don't know how to explain it. If you know what it is, then that's great, because I don't really know how to explain it. It's like, I know it's a scary movie, but it's like a spoof of scary movies, if that makes sense. So that's actually like a movie that I really do enjoy, but I would say like of all time would probably have to be like Liar Liar, because there are times when like I quote that like in my head or out loud, I guess. So I'm gonna say that for sure. So the H, favorite food in Okinawa. Oh my gosh. So this is really difficult and it's going to sound extremely strange, but there is actually this restaurant called Bollywood Dreams. And if you can imagine, it is an Indian restaurant and it has the most amazing curry I've ever had in my life. Now, with that being said, we don't have like we don't have a lot of Indian restaurants in my hometown of good old Louisiana. So, I mean, for me, like, this has been, like, life-changing. Like, I didn't even know that, like, curry was a thing. So, for me, like, that restaurant is amazing. Me and my husband usually try to eat there, like, at least once or twice a month, which, again, it's probably not a good thing. But, I know that's not like Japanese food, but it's super good. But another thing that Okinawa has kind of opened my eyes to is there's this thing called taco rice. And, I mean, it's really similar to just like a Mexican dish. Like it has taco meat and lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, but it's all served on a bed of white rice. And it's absolutely amazing. Like it sounds like a weird combination, and it kind of is. but yeah, it's super good. And it's something that's like very local to Okinawa just because of the American influence that's on the island. So that kind of like, it's kind of a mashup between Okinawa and American food, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna go with those two. I can't choose between them because they're both really awesome, and I would have never like tried them had I not lived here. So let's see. Juglet Gaming. Who or what inspired you to start YouTube? So this is actually an interesting story. I think I've actually kind of answered this before, but there is a YouTuber called Mr. Craven, and me and my husband would watch this YouTuber every Friday night. We would order pizza and watch his videos. Mr. Craven is a indie horror game YouTuber. He pretty much only does horror games, and pretty much they're all like games you would find like on Itch or Steam, very indie like. I think he did play Resident Evil, which was like actually a pretty AAA title for him. But yeah, that's originally kind of who inspired me to do this. I was watching his channels and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. We should totally do this. And originally this channel was just gonna kind of be like horror games, but then it just kind of turned into like, there's so many games out there to play. Why just limit yourself to horror games alone, even though they are absolutely hilarious to record with? So yeah, Mr. Craven is who inspired me. Gaming Grandpa, favorite movie of all time. Oh my gosh, you're killing me. Y'all are killing me. I can't just pick one. Like, it's so hard to pick one. I don't know. I'm gonna say Ghost Ship. It is a horror game. I don't know why I keep saying game. It's a horror movie, and it came out. It's actually kind of old. I mean, I think it came out in the 2008. I don't know. I'm not sure when it came out, but it's kind of old. But it's an amazing movie. And alongside that would be 13 Ghosts. Those are my two favorite horror movies, like, ever. And I know this didn't say horror movie, but I am a huge horror movie fan. So yeah, we're gonna go with those two. Bosnia Zampada? I'm so sorry. I don't want to butcher your name. What do you think of YouTube generally? Okay, so I kind of feel like this should be like the last question I should answer because I feel like I could go on a tangent on this, but we're not going to do that. I think that YouTube is an amazing platform for a lot of people. I mean, just watching a few of the people that I've met over the last 10 months, I can definitely see like an improvement in like confidence and video making and editing skills, and even like some gaming, like just in general. Like, I am a better gamer because of this channel. Like, I mean, by no means am I, like gonna get paid for it one day, but I have definitely gotten better as a person with gaming, and definitely maybe more confident just in general, like in myself and talking, because I am a terrible like public speaker. I hate that. So I think YouTube has definitely made me better, and definitely some other viewers of mine and subscribers of mine. I definitely think that it has improved us. Now, as far as the ad thing and getting paid, I was very naive. Like, I did think that it was going to be a lot easier than it is. And I definitely thought there was going to be more money involved. With that being said, I don't think that that's a reason not to try YouTube. And I don't necessarily think it's a reason to leave YouTube. But if you're, like, wanting to do this as, like, a very supplemental income, I don't think YouTube is going to be very successful. You're going to have to do more than just make videos. I also think, like, with this whole ad thing and demonetization that YouTube has done, that they're going to lose a lot of people, and people aren't going to want to do YouTube. Now, with that being said, I don't think YouTube will ever die, but I think that if you're not, you know, big, and we know who the big people are. If you're not like them, then you're going to be sitting at the bottom there. And I think that YouTube should definitely look into video games in particular, because the whole idea that, you know, well, if your stuff is violent, then we're not going to pay you for that. Like, I understand, but as far as the gaming YouTube community, I think that it's going to hit us the hardest, and, you know, we're not going to want to do this anymore. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. Hopefully YouTube can do something about it. Hopefully they don't demonetize this video because I gave my opinion. So, okay, I think this is a long enough video. I don't even know how long I've been recording because I've just been rambling. But, yeah, this is part 1 of my Q&A session. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll upload part 2 soon. Thanks, guys.